Trying to set this up. Oh my gosh, I'm already dizzy. Let's see. Oh, that's even, oh, that's horrible. All right, yeah, perfect. Horrible. Anyone out there? Nobody? Nobody out there? I find that hard to believe. Come on, somebody's got to be out there. No Name Nationals coming. Well, everybody should be doing a live with the No Name Nationals. I'm finally working on the Durango. More wires to deal with. Let's see. I put these two together. Anyone out there? I gotta go grab the soldering gun. I'll be back. Let's see. Gotta make heads and tails of this. So go like this on the shifter. Let's see. This we solder together from a trans brake. positives go here. No one's got any questions, huh? See if I get electrocuted. Try and concentrate on this while talking on YouTube. Some say that's talent. Others would say that's ADHD. Yeah, those are guns in the background. Don't worry. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Who else blows on their solder joint after they get done soldering, huh? It's like a habit, right? It's just like, you know, like that's gonna really do anything to cool it down fast. I don't know why I do it. Force of habit, I don't know. Who knows? All right, let's see. This is the power. They've been shooting guns all day. All right, let's see. I gotta find a connector that'll go in this relay holder. Let's see. Let's see if I got anything that'll work. All right, here's your power. Come on, anyone got any questions? That's the torque converter switch. Torque converter lockup. What color do I want it? What color do I want it? Nope, that's your control signal. Guess it doesn't matter. Hey, here we go. How about green? Let's do green, right? Green. Oh, chicken's getting it on. All right, does this work in this terminal here? Hey, it works. All right, so I can use that. That'll be the lockup. Do I want to solder joint that or? Yeah. Cut. Can always add if I want to. Add or take away. All right, here's my trans brake hooked to the arming switch. This is the actual control for the trans brake. This is the negative input. This is the negative input and output. What I mean by that is the input from the shifter and the output for the, it's going to the light on the dash. So I have a separate light for the trans brake on the dash, and I have a separate light for the torque converter on the dash. All right. Now that that's done, get mounted to the shifter. Yeah, temporary. Yeah, it's wood. Go ahead and make fun of me. I don't care. Hit me with your best shot. Indie. First one, second one in a row. What am I going to do about that? Huh? I know what I'm going to do about that. You're going to have a bunch of ninjas. How about that? I'll mount this temporarily here. And what I'll do is I'll connect the wires one by one. Gosh, I swear, it's too many wires. Too many wires. And thank you. Wish I had a light in here. I need a light in here. I need a light in here. It's hard to see. Hey, there we go. Some light. So you can see how I do things the wrong way. Nah, just kidding. Wow, okay. $5 million in the house. Is that how you guys say it? 5 million in the house. Oh yeah, 5 people in here. I wonder why they say 5 million. I guess it's a positive way of thinking about it. Yeah, it would be a positive way of thinking about it, which is nice. I'm going to get rid of these extra wires for now, so they're just out of the way. Landon. Hello, Wappa. Ah, you're talking to Endai. You're not talking to me. Must be big house. Oh, come on. You know, if the video was off, I would just, you know, stick this in there, push, pull, wire comes out. Nope, I got the video going. So, you know, things just don't work like that. They just don't work like that with the video on. You are also Wappa, you pretty boy. How about that? Landon, you're crazy. I like you, man. That's why if I ever go postal, he'll be the last guy I ever visit. Hey, there, finally. Oh my gosh. Jeez, reminds me of prom night. Anyways, let's see. Dash lights. Okay, yeah, that one's being. Just kind of removing these wires so they're out of the way. That's so sweet. Got my truck done, runs good. Hell yeah, man. This is the first time in like, oh man, like 9 months I'm working on this Durango. I finally said, you know what? Just go out there and do something. Quit being a lazy bum. No, I've been working on the horse trailer. So, Landon, you can appreciate this, right? So I'm putting together the horse trailer floor, right? Nice pressure treated wood, real wet, you know, heavy stuff, hard to cut. I put it in there, right? Heavy boards, like 16 feet long, right? I'm putting it in this trailer. I get to the last board. It doesn't fit. I'm like 3/16, quarter inch maybe, too shy. So I try and force the board in there. It doesn't work. Of course it ain't gonna work, right? I'm gonna crush a piece of lumber. No. So I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I bet you that this wood is swollen to the point where it doesn't fit. So I take the wood and I put it outside. I take the floor out. Now I got it sitting outside. Hasn't rained. It's been a rainy season, right? It's been raining like constantly. And then the past week, it didn't rain, right? Didn't rain. As soon as I put the wood out there, guess what it's doing? I swear. I swear. It's crazy, man. Oh well. So that's sweet. Got my truck done. Runs good. Yeah, I knew you could appreciate that. So, God. You can't make this stuff up, right? You can't. So anyways, here I am, you know, doing this. All right. Here's my little trans brake, torque converter lockup, and any extra fuses I'm gonna need for any bells or whistles, whether it be for meth injection or well, no, it's gonna be water meth injected. So yeah, there's that. And I got to run another fuel pump. I'll have 2 fuel pumps running, so that'll go there. Let me see. I got to get my shifter. Simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Here's the neutral safety. I hope. This one, let's see. We got the Deutsch connector. Deutsch. Just, all right. Neutral safety. Let's see. I gotta find the harness for this. I wanted to build another harness because, you know, the wires are pretty thick. I wanna get smaller wires. Sana all. Tomorrow off to fishing. Fishing with 2 ladies, supposed to rain. Nice. Tell them to wear white. And bra and panties are optional. Take them ladies out, Landon. Have fun. Have fun. Hold on. Here's... See, this is what I had before, okay? I don't know what I was thinking. So I wanted to keep everything in the engine compartment. I didn't want anything inside the truck, right? So I had wires going in and out of the truck. It's through the firewall. I decided, you know what? I can do it a couple of wires, make things easier. Get rid of all this and just have this. So that's where I'm at. And I'm not going to be using this. See, yeah, I had a separate wire going underneath the dash to each relay. It's a cluster. I had ignition. I had an ignition feed to each relay. I had a separate power to each relay. None of that. One wire Feeds all the relays, feeds a fuse block, makes everything easy. Less wire. And plus I don't need 12 gauge for trans brake or anything like that. So man, I just ate some chili. What'd you eat? White shirts and rain. No bras allowed. I'll tell them the underwire and the bra attracts lightning. See, I like Landon, man. He's good, dude. Man, I'd love to hang out with you, man. We'd get in so much trouble. It'd be so fun. Landon's gotta be a good guy. Fun guy to hang out with, too. Must have some stories. You can always tell when a guy has good stories to tell, right? You anywhere near Bruton, Alabama? Why? Bruton, Alabama. Sounds familiar. How far is that from Williamson, Georgia? I would do but I'm live. Ari, am I pronouncing your name right? For the longest time, I was pronouncing Inde. It was supposed to be pronounced Indai. Is it Ari, like R-E or R-I? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Like R-I or R-E? Does that make sense? I'm only asking because I felt kind of embarrassed when Ubi was like, it's pronounced Indai, not Indie, right? I guess it makes sense now because the A-Y, you know. R-I, 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 A-R-I-I-I, R-I, okay, R-I. Is that right? All right. Okay. Like if it's R-E, then put an E. You know? Just so I know how to pronounce it. I know, but yeah, pronouncing names is like, it's like important to me because I have a name, you know, it's Damien, right? So everyone thinks it's I-E-N, like D-A-M-I-E-N. It's not. Or Damion, like D-A-M-I-O-N. You know, my whole life, everyone spells it I-O-N or I-E-N. And people even ask me, well, how do you spell it? Is that with an O or an E? I'm like, neither. It's spelled with an A. 2 A's. Bruton is West Alabama. Just looked it up. It's probably like 3 hours away, 4 hours, 3 hours. I don't know. Yes. All right. Gotcha. Done. Because I was always saying Ari. Because I know an Ari from the No Name Nationals. I know an Ari. So it's all right. Okay. Sorry. I just shortened it to damn, son. Landon, Dude, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. I wonder why you're good with the ladies. You always know what to say. Man, that's good with the ladies. See, I'm getting rid of this too. I'm getting rid of all this for the alternator. See the Mopar alternator? Because Mopar was so smart, right? I'm sure you can appreciate this too, Landon. Mopar was so smart, they decided to go to a pulse width modulated alternator back in the 70s. Now every car has a pulse width modulated alternator. They could have waited at least 20 years like everyone else. Ay, ay, ay. That would have made life a lot easier. I mean, all you need was a one-wire alternator. Boom. 2-wire alternator for a sense for the computer. Yeah, perfect. Nope. Got to have 5 wires going to an alternator nowadays. Crazy. Seven women in 2 months. Wow. Seven women in 2 months. Yeah, so the alternator, I did convert it. I found a way to convert it. I used the Lexus regulator, and I put it in the Dodge alternator. And now it's 1 wire, 2 wires. But I don't need a computer box to give it a pulse width modulated signal. Yeah, there is a lot of crazy women out there. Watch yourself. Hey, I got 2 words for you, Landon. Smart Filipina. Look her up. Okay, I got my 2 relays. Let's see. All right, now this one is a ground going in. I know that. One's a ground going in. And I need my power probe, which I don't have. So, what am I to do? I think I have this wired up as white is the ground, and then red and blue is the actual triggers. Here's my momentary, and here's my on-off for the torque converter. Here's a trans brake. So and of course my neutral safety, which I had to modify. See, I put in modified mini switches, or the micro switches. I have another modified micro switch here. See, I had to re-drill and tap it. Modifications. So I need a female Deutsch connector. Let's see what I have in the compartment here. Oh, it's not this one. I gotta go get my douche connectors. Deutsch douche. ain't done with a YouTube channel playing. That's for sure. Sweet, my T-Bird is, oh man, Ace's ignition ECU took a dump. Man, that sucks. So, what do you think happened? Like, you know, like Sniper, you had to be careful of the way you routed the wiring. Did the ECM go, or is it just like, I don't know how the Aces work. Does it use the interface as the ECM, or does it have the ECM in the throttle body? Oh, that's where I put that. Oh. In Brazil, 8:30 p.m. All right, you in Brazil? Rosalino, hey, I got some ninjas on you. Got us on the back. They sending coil might have too much resistance. Ah, yeah. I just have the ignition, not the fuel injection. All in throttle body, huh? All right, so yeah, if you got the wrong resistance coil, it'll burn out the module. So you got to use their coil, like their proprietary coil. I get it. I mean, I know why people do it. It's just, it's a pain in the dupa, right? You got to get their coil with their system, and yeah. So for the 55, I found out that the Sniper, no, what did it have? Hold on here. Let me think. So I had to integrate the Holley Stealth with a Sniper ignition, okay, plug and play ignition. And all I did was I used the wiring schematic and repinned it, but it worked, right? Now, if you get the Stealth distributor kit instead of the Sniper one, it's like a couple $100 more, right? And all it is different pins, different connector. It's their whole system down to the wires. They just said coil might be bad. Yeah. It's not getting any power to the coil now. Yeah, I've seen problems with the connector, in the terminal inside the connector. With the Holley stuff. I don't know about the Aces. But yeah, Holley has a bunch of issues with the Sniper. And most of those issues can be avoided if someone were to just watch my video before they hook up a Sniper system. But nobody does. So that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, literally, like 90% of the Sniper issues is before you put it on the car. So, whatever. All right, what was I doing? This is neutral. This is neutral safety. All right, that's a little bit long. It's a little long in the tooth. and the wires are pretty darn big. Maybe I should put smaller wires and a shorter. Nah, I'm creating more work than what it is. I gotta pick and choose my battles right now. Right now this works, a 2-pin. I'll get another terminal supply. Good people, good stuff. I used to go there like almost every day when I was up north. Terminal supply, where I worked, or I didn't work there, but I worked for ODOT, and you know, we went through a lot of terminals since, you know, they're salt trucks. Terminals didn't last long. I talked to the guys about it under live in the other day. Pretty good people, and he's used 3-year warranty. Wow, 3-year warranty? Shoot, that in itself is good. I mean, I would pay that, you know. They have a 3-year warranty. Shoot, Holly doesn't have a 3-year warranty. Holly has a 9-hour grace period. How do you like that, huh? So anyways, I forgot how I hooked up the neutral safety, but I do know that these two are for the neutral safety. So what I'll do is get red and white. Red and white. Now this right here is pro wire, right? Really good stuff, really expensive. It's what the drag racers use. The big time drag racers. It's really nice wire. Just hope I have the terminals. Let's see, female connector. I need male terminals. Hope no one takes that wrong. Let's see, these are the 16 gauge ones. Let's see here. What? I got no terminals? Seriously? No way. That's hard to believe. Well, I got 3 pin terminals. I better make them last, or I better find my other kit. Jordan! Hey, I got a ninja on you today, all day. From what I've seen, the Ace's fuel injection is probably better than the Holley. They even have a line of multi-port intakes for conversion. Cool. I don't know about the Aces. I've never installed them, but I have installed like a lot of Hollies. And I'll tell you right now, the Holley Sniper is good, but you need to really go through it before you put it on your car. That's how it got its bad reputation. The throttle blades were not evenly positioned. The injectors they had no clip, the injector harness would just fall off of the injector. Like literally, it would just fall right off because there's no safety clip. The actual connector, if you have like a super sniper cooking 2 snipers together, the 4 pins, when you connect them, sometimes the 2 inner pins would collapse. So yeah, they had a bunch of issues. Oh well. It'd be interesting to see the Aces one. I would like to see the Aces one. I would like to install one. If Phytech is just garbage. I'm sorry. Phytech is garbage. You know what we do? You know what we do when we find a Phytech in a car? We take it off the car, go right in the dumpster. It doesn't even hit the shelf. It doesn't go for resale. No, it just goes straight into the trash. We have so many customers removing those. We have another one. It's on a 429 Cobra, right? Guy has Phytech. He's ready just to throw the whole car away because his fuel injection is giving him issues. You tell him, get rid of that Phytech. Get rid of it. Yeah, Holly's having issues. But I have installed a lot of their Terminator X stuff. That's good. I've only ran into a couple of ECUs that were bad out of a whole stack of Terminators. So, and I think that was because of the customer installation. So yeah. Oh, I keep losing my train of thought here. See, I'm paying attention to the comments. I'm not getting anything done. Phytech is ridiculous. Yeah, Phytech is ridiculous. Phytech. That's the Summit. The Summit brand uses Phytech. Oh, gosh. All right, let's see. Blue, red, and white. Let's see. Let me go get my gauge. I need to see which one is the actual signal wire. So that's the problem with having a few jobs, right? I got some of my equipment at the other job. I got my multimeters are at other jobs. Edelbrock VRS best is the boss. Watching an assembly video, those things are a work of art. Love mine. The VRS, huh? AVS2 off-road carb on my truck. How's that one working out? Did you have to, of course you got to tune it, but you know, how's the, just the bolt and go? You gotta be kidding me. I don't have a multimeter. Well, I have a multimeter here, but it's, the battery's dead. Hold on, let me get a 9-volt battery. Don't go anywhere. 9-volt battery? I'm about ready to steal one out of the smoke detector. All right, I'm gonna have to juice this old battery. If y'all aren't familiar with juicing a DC battery, Gina, how you doing? Jardine. Landon, you bail on me? You're probably dead. It's all right, I won't hold it against you. I had to juice the battery. I got a 12-volt battery, hooked it up to the 9-volt. Yeah. So I makeshifted a battery because I don't have any 9 volts. You believe that? Oh well. Let's see. Continuous. Let's see here. Red is the torque converter. Oh, come on. And blue. I need a third hand. If anyone wants to let me borrow a third hand, that'd be great. All right. Red to white. Now let me try this. So my red wire is the common. Okay, good to know. Red wire's the common. So I'll need to do a ground. Red wire. I need to do black. I need to do black wire. Let me get some black wire. And I don't think I got any more black wire. Shoot. That sucks. Let me see here. There's some black wire. And a little strand of it. Who's all here? Gina. Jardim. These are real small wires. But the crimper does a nice job of it. I have my black wire, which would be my common. That'd be my red. Right there. Easy peasy. So now I've got see, which one do I want the trans brake? I'll probably put the trans brake red. So trans brake will be red. That'll go to the transmission. And I'll need the transmission harness. Need the transmission harness now. Well, that makes sense. Let's go to the trans brake. There is my common. Yeah, that's how long that wire is? I thought it was longer than that. Darn, I thought it was way longer than that. It's crazy. Unless this was a, oh yeah, that's right. It didn't plug into here. I forgot I had a temperature sensor on the transmission. Yeah, this is the, all right, that's the harness that goes on the transmission. Now I need the adapter harness. And I think that is, crazy why I would have a separate adapter like that, but it's what I did at the time. So So this will be the new adapter harness. This will be my ground. This will be the controls from the relays. Which I thought I had over here. Doesn't matter. All right, this is going to the ground. The white is the torque converter lockup. The blue is the trans brake. And that controls the ground. So this will be ground out. Wait. Landon. You'll stick to your heterosexual brick. Wow. You went there. That's not nice. Come on, Landon. It's funny. That's not nice. Landon, I gotta buy you a beer, man. Black is ground. I'll remember that. Blue, trans brake. Blue's a trans brake. All right, so this will be going to the relay, which will be you guys don't want to know that. Ask me a question. Something. Huh? Who'd have thought a charge cable would get in the way this much, right? I only got 2 people here. Heterosexual break. You're crazy. All right. red light to the shifter, to shifter red. Blue's gonna be here. First lights. Transmission brake. That's going to be mounted there. So I'll have enough wiring harness if I just cut it there. I had a bee sting me right there, so itches. Mosquitoes. Brew, what's happening, brother man? How's it hanging? I'm actually live. I'm not doing a screencast. Ah, mosquitoes. Mosquitoes. All right. I know this is looking like a mess, but it makes total, absolute nonsense. I mean sense. Yeah. That'll go there. Blue. Thanks. Thank you. Just seen a 46 Kenworth fire truck on Marketplace. Woohoo. I know someone who has a 40. Hey, is it green? Let me know if it's green. I know someone with a green one. Thank you, bro. It's here and it's red, asking 3,500. Yeah, I know of a green one. He's asking $5 grand for it, but it has an old Detroit. I don't know if it's the turbo one, but it definitely has a supercharger. The old Detroit, the Roots blower. That's what you need. Landon, that's what you need, brother, man. Need the old Roots. Roots. All right, let's see here. This is going to be my power. This is going to be my... Actually, this is long enough to go straight to the transmission. So I'm going to use this black one as the control. I'm going to use the green one. I'm going to swap places in this relay. So this green one, this short one, I don't like how big it is. I mean, I might just take apart the connector and use the terminal, get rid of that big gaudy wire. But I'll use this black one as the torque converter control. So I'll switch that with this one, because it's a longer wire. Come on, baby. There you go. So this actually goes to the transmission. This long wire, that's long enough to go straight to the transmission. And this yellow one might be long enough to go straight to the transmission. So these will be my control. And I did not bring some tape in here, so can't tape them together. Oh, I did. So these will go to the transmission. Abreu, thank you, man. Thank you for hanging out. I've been sending ninjas your way. Don't tell Ubi. I'm using Ubi's ninja. Yeah. Abreu, you're always on my premieres, man. You're a good supporter. So I got you in the category of, and Ubi does have a ninja. I was just joking around, but it was funny. But anyways, hold on. Sorry, I had to fart. So anyways, you're in the Rhea and Ubi category, which they always get a ninja, okay? So you're always going to have a ninja. I haven't been playing Maria's lives. I'm trying to support everyone, you know? It's hard to do. It's hard to do. I mean, I got what, 15, no, like 13 ninjas? 13 ninjas total. Busy all the time, trying to support the people that support me and trying to play my own videos. It's crazy, man. It's not easy to do. You want to make everyone happy, but it doesn't happen that way. But my friend, you will always have a ninja. As I'm trying to make heads and tails of this. So this, let's see, the green wire, yeah, I might as well just, however, if I solder this onto this, I can just use this. All right, let's see, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? I don't know how long of a wire I'll need. So, torque converter lockup. It'll need to control the light on the dash, which will be an extra ground. that'll be supplied power. Yeah, okay. All right, so I'll just solder this to here and use this white wire to pin here for the torque converter. So I have a white wire to control the light and the relay. Simple enough. Yeah, simple enough. Just trying to work in a tight, confined area. Bear with me. Sometimes the hardest part is setting up the solder. You know, you got to hold a piece of wire. It's you got to remember where you put your solder after throwing everything around, you know. It's sometimes, hey! Oh, what a surprise. Good morning. A typhoon, another one? Wow. Hold on. Wow. Don't forget your umbrella. Because your employer makes me mad. Can't just stay there. Okay, darling. Mommy Rhea. Has a nice sound to it. this will plug into there. Goes to the go fast button. This plugs into the shifter. This gets grounded. Perfect. This will go to there, which is perfect. So I'll cut this here. I want to reuse this connector because I don't have any other connectors. So I just got to be very careful. I don't have a pick here, do I? Yes, I do. You know what I like about using the pick? When it slips, you always run a chance of it going through your finger, which has happened a couple of times. It hurts. Ouch. Yeah, every time it slips, yeah, it hurts. All right. I'll take the insulation off, and then I'll solder the new harness to the old wires that are crimped on here. And that would complete my connection. Baby, you can do it. I'm gonna have to send that W. It's peaceful listening to the outside, working on the truck. All right, see, I just reused the connector, which, you know, saves me half a penny. No, it saves me more than that. It saves me from going to the store and waiting and traffic and all kinds of other stuff, so. If I can reuse the connector, I'll do it. Okay. Yep, that's right. This will go in there. I should put a sleeve on those wires. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll sleeve the two wires. Make it look better. Clean it up a little. Alright, so we got these two wires. And I'm about to make them look really nice. Okay. See? This is the best stuff you can buy right here for the wiring. It's like a dragon net. So the harder you pull on it, the tighter it gets. Type deal. So you get your heat shrink. I think the heat shrink is out there in the box. Harbor Freight heat shrink. It actually, this stuff works really good. It has a glue in there, and it's cheap. It's like $6. I mean, it's like a sore dick. Can't beat it. All right, so we got these two wires, and you want to make them look a little more professional. This will go to the relay. And let's see, do I want to incorporate any other wire? Now let's just keep these separate, because you got, let me see here, let me think about this. Here's the black one. Yeah, let me incorporate the black one, because that will go there. Yeah, let me incorporate that. These two go to the dash, so let's not do that. All right, so we got these wires right here. Gonna have to take it out of the connectors to get the heat shrink on. I wonder if I can just do that. I can put one sleeve here, have these two go to the relay. Trying to make this as nice as possible. This will go to the relay, so it'll be terminated. The sleeve will be terminated right there. These three will continue. No, these two go opposite. So no, can't do that. I'm gonna have to all right, here we go. Wiring takes a long time. You know, it's amazing. You start wiring a car and the time, it flies by. It's really amazing how fast time goes when you're wiring a car. You do 16 hours wiring a car and it'll feel like you only worked on it for 2 hours. There's a lot of remembering to do. I mean, you could write it all down. Just takes more time. But red wire has to come out. Rosalino. I swear this will make sense after you see it. Ay, ay, ay. Remove those again. I got to add another piece of heat shrink. You need to rewire your truck. Why? You just want the bare essentials, or? Or you need to rewire it. You know, there's a cheap system. It's actually cheaper to get the system than it is to buy the wires and connectors and terminals. There's a quick wire. Look up quick wire with KWIK, or painless if you like spending the money. Quick wire's nice. Because it's cheap. And they, you know, it's just like painless. They stamp the wire and everything. They print on there what it goes to. So yeah, it's, you know, it's good stuff. And I'm really just taking my time, and mostly because I'm talking and working, and sometimes talking and wiring stuff doesn't really work. So, you know, it's taken longer than usual. There's a lot to remember when you're wiring a car. All right, I got my heat shrink on there. Now, for the magic. Right there. Boom. Let's cut a piece I need to length. Just probably right there. Remember, it'll shrink. The more wires you stuff in this, it'll shrink. You know, it's because it's does one of those. I don't like the split loom. The split loom sucks. And it looks terrible. This stuff, it looks good. It's just you got a lot of planning to use it. but it looks great. And you'll see when I get done. It's just a pain to work with. Sometimes it's too much of a pain. I guess this is what takes the longest, is making the wires look good. It's not actually rewiring it, it's making the wires look good. That takes the most time. Hands down takes the most time. But when you get done, really looks nice. Gotcha. Kital Mylan. I know who that is. Thank you. Barkin 46. Is that your crack from? I could use some. It comes from a plumber. Just tuned in, watch wiring up, buddy. Looks clean so far. Man, look, dude. It's really clean. It's really clean. No, that's, I put the wire loom on. Yeah, this will go to the, thank you, by the way, the PPP shifter. This will click in here, boom. This goes to my trans brake and my lockup solenoid. These two wires that I just wire loomed goes into a relay block, which would be connected like this in my holder, and these go right to the relay. So I'm basically, I gotta wrap these, connect this to my go 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 switch, which is the arming switch, and that's it, man. These will go to the transmission, and I literally, this, okay, this right here that I just did is going to take the place yeah, it's, you know, it's not even worth showing you. It's just a mess of this, just all this, right? Just a couple of relays. So these two go to the transmission, which will get loomed and shortened and whatever. And that's it. I'm basically, this is dash lights that goes there. Wow, simple. But not everyone likes wiring. I like wiring. It's easy. Wiring is simple. Just got to plan ahead. And I'm going to fix this so it doesn't happen again. Tired of untangling this, and this is not regular wire. Okay, yeah, it's wire, okay, but it's called pro wire. All right, it's really thin stuff, but it handles a lot of amp. All right, it's very, very tightly wrapped, and it's oxygen free, so it's a little expensive, but it makes it lightweight because it's so thin and can handle a lot of amp. So that's kind of where we're at. And I have a bunch of extra wire because I don't know how long it's going to be. And cutting this stuff is it's not the kind of wire with a price tag on it you just want to snip and throw away. All right. I'm going to finish wrapping this to where it doesn't get tangled up anymore. Oh my gosh, this stuff is so thin. It's hard to... It's hard to grip. Thank you, Will. It always starts off looking crazy. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. It's, you know, I was just talking about how long it takes to wire a vehicle. It's just, you can put in a 16-hour day and it'll feel like a couple hours. And then you know, you go to charge a customer and it's like, you have how many hours? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, darling. Mosquitoes are out. My gosh. This wire is so thin. My gosh. Okay, so this is done for now. Wow, okay. Okay, hon. All right, so that was relatively painless. That'll click into there. It's good. Let's go to the dash. These go to the relay. Orange is the trans brake. Here's the ground feed to the shifter. timing switch will go here. And this will all get bolted down. I'll show you guys in just a second here. All the extra wire will be underneath the carpet. Dash lights, just power to dash lights. All right, so here's what I got. All right, my trans brake, torque converter lockup, which would be, you know, here's your trans brake, momentary, torque converter lockup, on off. These two wires will go to the reverse lights for the trans brake. Okay, that's a connector up underneath the dash, and it'll split into the two. I have two little cubby holes in the dash, right there and right there. Okay, this one will be for the trans brake, which will be red, and that one over there will be amber for the torque converter lockup. So these have to provide the ground to those two lights and provide the ground for the reverse lights. Here's my neutral safety. That'll go to the black and white wire in the dash right there. And that's it. Here's the fuses for the trans brake, torque converter lockup, dash bulbs, and then I have an extra one for whatever. So that's it. All the dash accessories, the heating and air conditioning, it all works. The Terminator X is integrated with the, well, no, I got a reverse manual valve body, so I didn't have to worry about the transmission. The Terminator X is standalone with the engine, and there's only a couple of wires going from the Terminator to the original ECU to run the tach. And there's something else I can't remember. Anyways, oh, the temperature, tach, and oil. So, yeah, that's it. Everything works. The whole dash has been taken apart, and if you ever dealt with a Dakota or Durango with water in the floorboard right there and water migrating over here, it's not your heater core, okay? We're talking about just water, no coolant, just water. And no, it's not the drip from the evaporator core. What it is that whole module needs to come out, and there's a seal, there's a lip seal right there. You need to seal that to the dash, okay? So, that's that. Brew, if you needed me, I'll be Odell. I know Odell. Oh no, that was a Udell. I knew a Udell in school. Mike Udell. Lived in Brook Park Drive. Mike Udell, you out there? You still doing the band thing? His band name was Metal Mike and the Butt Cracks. Metal Mike and the Butt Cracks. Oh my gosh. I can't remember. Can't believe I remember that. But anyways, all right. So Terminator X, that's hidden inside the glove compartment, but I don't like it in the glove compartment. So, I mean, it's a nice idea and everything, and I still might do it, but I want to get rid of the airbags and just sell them, get rid of them. I'm going to get a new steering wheel aftermarket, and I just might put the Terminator X where the airbag goes. Okay, right there. I'm sorry, you guys have to see a Dodge. That's terrible. I would, you know, if I was able to take video at work, I'd show you all the LS stuff you ever want to know. But grudge cars, people don't like you looking underneath their hood. So I won't be taking video at work because that's our bread and butter. So engine's at the machine shop for a year and a half. It's done. I just got to go pick it up. The I was going to supercharge it, but don't have the time. I have 8 days to get this truck together, the engine together, transmission in, transcooler, 2 fuel pumps, have the electrical done. Yeah, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to make the No Name National, so I mean, I'll go there, I'll enjoy it, but I won't be able to drive the truck there. Yeah, it's kind of where I'm at. What is this? Dash. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Don't need that. I need some more Deutsch connector terminals. I'll order those through Terminal Supply. Garbage. That's how much sealer I used on the dash. 2 tubes of right stuff to seal up everything. Got rid of these bulky relays. Yeah, that ran the water pump. Doing a mechanical fuel pump or water pump. Don't need the electrical. So That's it. Anyone want to talk about knurling piston skirts? Huh? You want to know my ideas on that? Huh? You want to know my ideas on knurling piston skirts? I think anyone who messes with knurling a piston skirt is retired or needs to retire because it's a waste. Everyone wants to try and find easy horsepower. Horsepower is not easy. Here, you want easy horsepower? Have unlimited funds. That's easy horsepower. Nothing's for free. Knurling piston skirts. Who would even waste their time with that? 1950s technology. I mean, seriously. Oh, let's take what they don't do anymore that they tried, and let's try and make horsepower with it and prove everyone wrong. I don't get it. You knurl a piston skirt. First off, you ruin the cam design of the piston skirt, all right, because there's a cam profile, okay? They're not straight. You mess with how round the piston is, all right? You deform it, all right? Now you got high spots and you got low spots. And what happens is the oil gets into the grooves, all right? And it wicks it away. Does it create horsepower? Who cares? Who cares? You just ruined your piston. And it isn't going to last long. Plain and simple. Don't knurl your pistons. It's a waste of time, waste of energy. People have all these theories and they want to give you a bunch of mumbo jumbo on paper and board. And there's people out there. It's garbage, okay? Don't do it. It's just garbage. And if you listen to Uncle Tony, well, you'll find out that road's a dead end. You want to make under 400 horsepower? Listen to Tony. Hey bro, how can I find a short in a car? All right, there's a little meter, okay? There's a little meter you can get. It's a short finder. You put it on the whole entire wiring harness. Here's your wiring harness. You got 50,000 wires, right? You put the little meter like this, no batteries, no nothing, and you run it across the wire. When the meter crosses, you found the short. What kind of short are you looking for? What kind of short? What does it control? What is it not doing? Is it losing battery voltage overnight? Is it not operating something? There's all kinds of shorts. Is it short to ground? Is it making something stay on? Is it controlling a relay, running your battery down? Forward. I guess it's grounding issue. Okay. because it's making different sensors have different volts. All right, so you have your 5-volt reference, right? Got your 5-volt reference out of your computer. And then what you have is like 10 wires off of that one. And it goes to your various sensors. What kind of car? First off, what kind of car? You either got ground or you don't. It's easy to check with a multimeter. All right, let's see here. Different sensors have different volts. For example, ECM, coolant temperature sensor volt says 007. Okay, so that's a potentiometer. It's a potentiometer that doesn't take a reference. So it's a resistor with heat. And paddle, which is 747V, which is crazy. And paddle. What do you mean paddle? Accent, Hyundai accent. Okay, so JB, what's happening? All right, you first got to find out if you got a 5-volt reference. You take out the you can do the map sensor, mass airflow, anything that takes a 5-volt reference on your car, and see if you got 5 volts. Key on. It would be like 4.9 or maybe even 5.1. Okay, if you got a cheap Harbor Freight digital voltometer, then it'll vary. Accelerator pedal. Okay. Is this okay? No, it isn't. I was going to say we had a lot of problems with the LS accelerator pedal with that red wire. Backup lamp inner. A fuse is not getting any volts as well. Backup lamp inner of fuse is not getting any volts as well. What year? What year you got? Okay, the O2 heater is 12 volts. That's easy to check. Key on, you should have 12 volts going to the O2. Look at the connector. That'll check that circuit. For reverse lamp, etc. 2016 hatchback 1.4 multi-port. So is it not running, or is it running rough, or not starting? And how are you testing the sensors? Because you can test the sensors with them plugged in, or you can test the harness unplugged. Yeah, spark plugs get burnt. The porcelain discolors, that's normal. But what you gotta start somewhere. So you gotta give me. It's running rich at idle. Short term 25. Is it? No, you don't have banks. You got 4-cylinder. Rich at idle. So what's your mass airflow say at idle? What's your voltage? Oh, it's not a sensor. You say map is running perfect, but what is it reading? What are its readings? I mean off, not idle. All right, so you got your 5-volt reference. You need to check that on all the sensors that get the 5-volt. If you think it's a short, you need to check that. But if, hold on. All right. All right, so where was it? Let's see, rich at idle. You do a maybe it's not a short. Why do you think it's a short? Why do you think it's a short? What's happening? Well, let me ask you that. Maybe it's not a short. $747 volts. Are you sure that's not point? Or, no, you can't. No, on a 26, you can't. No. All right, so it's not like regular volts. Okay, you got your sensing wires. You're probably getting the wrong wires probe. All right, and it's giving you a false reading. Then the glass heater lighter inside the car. No lights. Okay, so you're using an old scanner. You're not probing any wires. So it could just be a false. So you're probably using generic software. It probably hasn't been updated for a while. So it's probably just a generic reading. So it's starting, you said, but it's running rich at idle. Have you tried checking vacuum? I mean, 2016, there's I hardly know of any Hyundai computer that goes bad, let alone the wiring. So Is it running rough? Is it running, still smooth? When you go to start it, does it sound like it's, when it's still cranking, does the engine sound like it's even? There's not like a hesitate, like a, it's nice and solid. When you crank it over, now it's running when you crank it over. It doesn't matter. I'm not doing anything right now. Yeah, you keep replacing all those things, but those things don't have anything to do with. Why do you think it's a short? What happened for you to think it's a short? So it's dumping fuel. You got a leaky injector. So if you put a fuel pressure gauge on it, right, you turn the key on, fuel pressure goes up. And then the relay clicks off. You got a 5-second prime. Fuel pump comes on, then shuts off. Does the fuel gauge, does it stay whatever recommended pressure is supposed to be in the system, or does it bleed down fast? If the pressure stays, you don't have a leaky injector. But if the pressure goes down as soon as the fuel pump stops running, then you know you got a leaky injector. So if it's a leaky injector, when you pulled your spark plugs, did one spark plug look darker than the others? It's not going to be a leaky vacuum. Yeah, one of them. Well, whatever one had the really dark soot on the spark plug, there's your leaky injector. Well, if you just change the plugs, it probably won't misfire, but it'll burn the fuel. And remember, a crank sensor picks up on your misfire. So it monitors how fast the crank is rotating. Now there's a natural speeding up and slowing down with the engine rotating. And the computer knows this. What it's trying to look for is a big enough gap to where it will pick up a misfire. And even then it has to happen like every 3 ignition key cycles, and then every cycle or something like that. Blue, thank you. 2188. Is it 88 or 68? $21.88. What code is that? Codes are misleading. But what is it anyways? $21.88. Rich system at idle. Okay, so your O2 knows that it's rich. And it's showing system. Okay, so you have a 4-to-1 pipe, 4-cylinder. It's only going to say system. It's not going to say bank. So whatever plug was the blackest, I would be looking at cleaning that injector or swap it with another injector and see if that other spark plug gets black and the other one you swapped it with gets clean. Does that make sense? So basically you're okay, got you. Okay. You're verifying that it's an injector problem. When you start probing and you're trying to look for electrical on these newer vehicles, you got to be careful because you have terminating resistors that throw the voltage off. That's you got to. It's if you don't do it for a living and you're just looking at YouTube, you'll chase your tail. You'll chase your tail. Looking up wiring schematics online, you type in the vehicle, what it controls, this and that, and you get some schematic that looks identical but is totally for a different vehicle. Yeah, you'll chase your tail. Yeah, swap your injectors and see if the dark plug travels. It goes to a different cylinder. I mean, most likely, you probably just got some dirt in there or the pinto's scarred. Bad fuel filter. One that actually hasn't been, if you don't change your fuel filter, it'll actually just, the fuel pump will actually just push through it and explode it, and then all that debris goes in your fuel injectors. Ruins the pintle, scars them. Then you got a leaky injector. I hope that helps, but I gotta sign off. I gotta sign off here in a little bit. Go inside. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sign off. How does this thing work? Oh, you gotta unplug it. Doesn't have a switch. How about that? All right, it's past my bedtime. Coyotes are going to start coming out, which I don't mind, but cool. All right, man. Enjoy. I'm going to sign off. I hope you find it because, it sucks, man, not having a car and your car's down and trying to look for a problem and you can't find it. Oh, bro, look at this spider. Just kind of hanging out. Yo. It's just like, hey, I'm here. Oh, now it's retreating. Retreat. Yeah, I got projects. I got projects after projects. All right, man. Take it easy. All right. Thank you, everyone, for stopping in here. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Take care, SA. Hope you find out what it is, man. I'll talk at you.